All right, folks, this is take two. We started a stream 15 minutes ago, and YouTube. I'm so used to saying that Google hates me. This time it was YouTube hating on me. And so I see D in the chat. D, if you are there, there is Soren. Folks, can you see and hear? And it's working. Nataraj, there you are. We'll see if folks filter over or not. Andy, all good, back in the game. I know Google owns YouTube, and that just affirms it. Google hates me. There's Harold working fine now. I don't know. I some days it works for you, and some day it does not. And I don't have everything within my control and power. But I do see that some folks are rolling back in from the other one, and maybe, well, sadly, we may have lost some folks, but that's okay. We will soldier on, and then people will just be leaving comments in the in the video later, like, what happened? Like, I will try to remember when this is over to put links in the description of however many take twos or threes or tens that this streaming day requires so that people can find the other videos. And D says hit the like button again. Look at that. Everybody's already come in and done their job to smash the like button. I appreciate y'all. As far as accountability, let's have an accountability moment because that's part of what we are doing here. I am happy to pat myself on the back and say that I did meet my goal for July. That calls for some air punching, as you do when you're like done a good job. I'm going to add that to the things that I do here on my shtick on YouTube is air punching. Anyway, I managed to get there. It was I actually got over 100 articles for the month of July. I just wrote 100, and but for those of you who are also, I'm looking at the Icarus spreadsheet right now. I saw a lot of work in the month of July, and July is historically a tough time for people to get work done because life, because children, because illness, because of travel, because of work, because of all the things. Once again, appreciate all of you, new and old, who come into the Icarus spreadsheet and share your progress with me and with each other. It's a little bit of a leap of faith to go out there and say, okay, here's what I'm working on. Here's what I'm bad at. Here's what happened to me and the mistake that I made this month. But to share that with other people and work together, it's been really cool, especially to see new people coming in the middle of the year and just jumping in and as they progress, as they get more comfortable with us and with the group, and also with finding a routine and how that plays out. So thank you again. I honestly do not think that I would have met my July goals, but for the fact that this group exists. So I thank you. I'm looking forward to August. The group is a little bit smaller than July, and that is okay. Over the year, the group gradually gets slower and slower and slower and slower because it's just one, I don't think everybody always needs accountability, right? Like people start in the beginning and they realize maybe they don't need this group. And then other people are like, this group doesn't really do that much for me. It doesn't actually inspire me. And that's okay too. But for those of you that it does good things for, I'm glad to have you. Dee says, congrats. I say it was a very near thing. I finished it on the 31st, basically with a couple hours to spare, but I got there. There's Sonia dropping in. Thank you for coming in. Sonia, how are you doing, dear? Last week you let us know that you had an unexpected job change, and want to know how you are and if you're doing okay handling it. Josh says, did anyone check out my site yet? This update has ramped up traffic well so far. Josh, if you, I don't actually know which site we're talking about, but if you want to put it in the chat with some spaces, we could, if you want, we could go look at it right now. We could send everybody to it and we could all go look at it. Nataraj says, I'm using Coolbot for paraphrasing. Will it affect my website? English is my first language. Since I'm not using it, I don't know. I honestly haven't used it, and so I can't say for sure. Josh says it's on the sheet for those who are smart. Well, I think what you have just confirmed for everybody is that I am not. Andy says group field trip. So Josh, then do you not want us to say it here? Because I'm happy to say it here. Because I'm happy to go and check it out. But now I have to try and find it. Is it in the July tab? There is Sabina. What is going on? Josh says games on. Now, I'm not sure if that translates to go and look or there's actually like a game on, like football. Looking forward to this month for August. The plan is again to try and produce a 100 articles. I'm not going to lie. May, not that I would lie. I don't know why people say that, but in May I had a tough time because I had like recommitted to trying to just put massive amounts of content on the Miga site, and then I got my legs cut out from under me on that site, and so instead I've decided to focus more on the over on the fight site. And um, Josh says it's above, and it probably stripped it. I'm guessing that it stripped it. Josh is trying to do what I asked him to do, which is tell me what his website is so that I can go and look at it live here. And if I was using StreamYard, I could actually share like going over the site, but D might have to help me because D is in the chat. But instead, the plan is instead of just going like all out or get out on the Miga site, I'm actually going to try and push the fight site to, I mean, in a perfect world, to $1,000 a month. But if anything, I can't control that, at least to 500 articles. And that gives me August, September, October, November, a handful of months literally to get there. And I really do think that I will be able to get there. The cool thing about the fight site is that it's a topic that I know and that I have experience in. A lot of the keywords are questions that I can actually sit down and answer in a short amount of time, so it doesn't take me hours and hours and hours to create content for that. And I really think that I will be able to get there in a reasonably maybe not like immediate. So I hear a trash truck backing up. I'm wondering if that's actually filtering through to the stream. That's interesting. Ooh, Sonia says that because we have been supporting Sonia for months, like thinking good thoughts for Sonia to get to 50,000 sessions so she could apply to Mediavine, and it has apparently happened. She did get to 50,000 sessions and applied, which is so cool. I'm like so excited for you because this has been a goal for you for so long. She's been staying up at night. Right now, it is the middle of the night where it's crazy that you're here all the time for these. And now I'm like, fingers crossed that Mediavine will be an improvement for you. There, I see Jay-Z in the chat. What is going up, John? How are you? How are things? Sabina says she's tired. I'm sorry to hear that. Believe me, I feel that. Says I can't hit any numbers. Feeling very, very overwhelmed by doubt. It's not keeping me from action, though. There's going to be a lot of that, and it's going to be happening for a while. It's going to be happening for a while. And actually, that brings me to one of my other planned to-dos to talk about is right before this stream, I watched Matt Diggity's Recession Plan video. And not that everybody should run over there and watch it, but I thought that some of his, like, nothing in what he was saying was like mind-bogglingly like game changing, but it was a good reminder for everybody who is in that space where you can't hit your numbers, you feel like you're working and things aren't going where you want them to, and like looking ahead at a recession. Like, let's say that the recession, which will likely push down the ad revenues, affiliate revenues, the value of sites, like it may even push people out of this game or push people to give up. it may be, especially for people who are starting things or have recently started things, it would depress the maybe normal growth that we would expect and make it hard to find the motivation that you would need and like stretch out. I don't want to say stretch out the sandbox, but stretch out, all of those initial wins, push those off for a while. So folks that are struggling now, looking ahead to recession, that there may be more coming, maybe a lot more coming. But I think the point that it was kind of good to have watched that video is it really drove home that for folks that use the recession time as a time for growth and like getting things in place and like maybe starting new sites or revising things or investing in things that eventually, when the recession is over, that's when a lot of entrepreneurs, business owners, people who hung on and used that time wisely will see exponential growth, like the rebound time. So I don't want to say that the overwhelm and the doubt will be ending anytime soon. And in fact, it may be bad for a while, longer than you would expect. But if you can hang on, if you can keep that in mind, that this is an investment period, that if you can get through it, that there could be awesomeness at the end. And in fact, it kind of makes, oh man, use that to take advantage of the rebound. So just something to think about as you are dealing with the daily struggle and the mental load of being in this space. All right, folks, I want everybody who is on a device, we are going to do a Wednesday live stream field trip. And now I'm not going to be, I don't have my screen share set up on this platform right here because I'm lazy and I don't like spending money on stuff. But I would like everybody who can and who has an interest, we are going to go to Josh Coop's site, through hikercocom. It's in the chat. And if you put it in the chat, .co or .com, it looks like a .co. .co. All right, throughhiker.co. It looks like throughhiker.co, not throughhiker.com. So this is my first impression. I don't do site reviews or anything else, but I would love to see everybody else. Yeah, buffering again. I know. All right, so there it is, throughhiker.co. All right, so first thing, I'm on desktop, and the first thing I see is a very lots of stuff that I'm interested in, which is exciting. I don't see tons of, it looks very professional. First of all, like that's my initial impression, is I see lots of stuff. But I'm excited about it, right? And I see photographs, which I like. I don't see like one massive thing, like immediately right away, I can see a bit about what this site is about. Sometimes you go onto sites and there's like a massive image or you have an ad. I don't see any ads on the homepage right away. Like I haven't been assaulted by earwax ads or anything. Josh says he's using Ezoic Basic and the Trellis theme. I have not yet seen a site on Trellis, and I like it. I like the logo. Although, it's like the logo, like for me on desktop, is like that big around, and I think it says throughhiker.co on it, and I think that there's some like language on it, but I can't see it. It just looks like an orange circle with a mountain. But my complete through hiking resource, and then I am curious to scroll and see what it is. I see gear, reviews, resupply, blog, my gear, and ask me anything. I want to click on ask me anything. That is questions. Okay. Gear, shelters. Oh, so when I click on gear, so there's a lot of best ofs. Lots of best ofs. Best through hiking, but you have them all linked here. Okay. It looks very, I don't want to say complete, but sometimes you get onto new sites and they don't necessarily have a lot of stuff yet. So it's cool to see all of the stuff. Hummingbird hammocks. It says click to see amazing UL hammocks. I have no idea what that is. Now I want to click on it. Hummingbird hammocks. Okay, so that I'm assuming that's an affiliate link. Do you feel like is the hammocks, Josh, is the hammocks hummingbird logo, is that an affiliate link? UL is ultralight. So do you feel like there needs to be like an affiliate disclosure like before I click on that? Potentially, because I mean, I would not have known that that was an affiliate link. And that's something that like, I don't like, maybe there's an affiliate disclosure on here. Um, I don't know, something to think about. Z backpacks, popular posts, recommended. Ooh, I like the when it drops down and shows me like when I get to the bottom, some of the other ways. Slack packing. Anyway, I'm impressed by this. I think it looks great. I would actually be interested in reading quite a bit of this stuff because I am a backpacker and I think it would be fun. So I'm going to bookmark this to read for later through Hiker. I don't think I said of anything of value just there in that like field trip. But if anybody else has some thoughts about about the site, I feel like I want to go and sit and look at it some more. And I plan to do that. I'm scrolling back because I got distracted. Let's see, John said that things are going well, focused on getting site 2 to 50,000 sessions. So where are you, John, right now?